Welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am far from the camera. Hello. I don't know if I started yet. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So I was just in Texas for a week. I was in Houston for 4 days, in Dallas for 3 days, really for two different conferences, real estate related conferences. And first of all, I love Texas. It's an amazingly great state to do business in. Much more landlord friendly, much more lender friendly there. There are things you can do there that you can't do in New York. But it's a place where there is a significantly less regulation. What I learned a lot about the business is that there's a lot of little things I can be doing to do a better job at what I do, and there's a lot better things I can do to be helping you, people who want to learn. But in general, I'm not thinking big enough, and I'm not really, I mean, we're all bound by our mental limitations, our limiting beliefs, but I saw them more this week than ever. Now, on a good note, right, I closed a really good deal while I was there. And, it's nice to go away on vacation, have your team working on deals and have a lot more money in your bank account when you come back from your office than when you left. That's good. But what I'm learning is that really every single thing, every single market is local, and what that means is that while certain things are going to be happening in certain markets, it may or may not be happening in the market that I'm in. So New York is really different, as I've said 100 times, like a different planet from all the other markets. But a lot of people had really, really bad fourth quarters last year, and I had a good one. And a lot of people had much better first quarters this year, and I didn't have such a great one. And it's just the cyclicality of how things work is interesting. But there's a lot of amazing service providers to help me do the things that I need to do, and I need to start thinking in ways of who not how, which is a great book if you haven't read it. But it's a book where the idea is if you need something done, instead of saying how do I get it done, the answer should be who is going to help me get this done. And there's a lot more people that I should be using. I think I'm going to start doing some television advertising in Texas. And I think that I am going to take on a lot more marketing commitments. That's what I think. I'm supposed to close the deal tomorrow, and the repairs are not done. And I hate to do this while I'm recording, but oh my god, what a mess. Okay, but I mean it's good. That's a slam dunk. I mean not a slam dunk. That's a grand slam deal that I'm closing. But there's so many. I'm gonna have to hold so much money in escrow because the things that I said I was gonna do. When a sorry when a buyer buys a property and they come and they ask me to do some repairs, we negotiate, but I've agreed to repairs. But these repairs just did not get done. They were supposed to be done before today. The people are there working, but they're not done, and I'm already holding money in escrow for something else that came up, a title issue, and I hate holding money in escrow. I hate it. I really hate it. When I sell a property, I don't want to have anything to do with that property ever again. And when you hold money in escrow, what it means is that one of the attorneys is holding money because something that needs to be done. I'm actually holding money in an escrow on a deal that I closed while I was gone. Okay. And what that means is that it's in an escrow account. It can't be released until whatever the escrow agreement says. So there's an open permit on the property, and it's in the process of getting closed, but I'm waiting for the town of Hempstead to close it. And they are basically saying, we're going to hold some money. Sorry. We're going to hold some money until that permit gets cleared. So it means that I sell a property. I get most of the money, which is good because there's a lot of money on this one. But I'm not done with it. Like I still have to deal with it. And I don't like that, right? I like moving on to the next thing, right? I like selling property, not dealing with it. But it's part of the business. I wish there was a way to avoid it. I really do. But it's not easy. So what I've learned at these conferences, right? And I go to a lot of these conferences, right? I'm not saying I don't. I'm part of the mastermind. One of the meetings was with Investor Fuel, and I talked to other people from all over the country. Oh, they give out an award there, biggest giver, and I just won my fourth one. You can see three of them hanging behind. I gotta hang this up. fourth time I win it, and just for people to give a lot. And as anybody who's watching this channel knows, I am a big giver, right? Because I don't make a, I don't know, I wouldn't say I don't make a dime, but I make very little money from this channel, like, like $10 a month. It is the amount of time I put into this channel versus the minimal amount that YouTube pays me for it. Is absurd. I'm here to help, right? I'm here because no one was there when I started. No one was there talking about how New York is different, right? There's a million gurus out there from the Carolinas and Phoenix and everywhere in between, and not one of them has ever done a deal in New York, and most of them won't. And I am still doing deals in New York, but I'm also doing deals in other parts of the country. And I'm one of the few people who can explain to you why New York is different. What are the advantages and disadvantages of doing business in New York? And what are the advantages and disadvantages of doing deals in other states? And I know, and I've done deals in many states. So I'm here to help. I'm here to answer questions. I am a giver, biggest giver from Investor Field. So clearly, we're all bound by our limiting beliefs. I need to think bigger in terms of my business. I need to spend more money on marketing for sure. I need to tighten up my procedures and processes in both acquisitions, certainly in dispositions. I need to possibly hire a few more people. There's a lot I need to do. And I'm sort of unpacking all this information. It's really like drinking from a fire hose sometimes. And I have all this information, and you can't do everything. So I have to pick what I'm going to work on and what my real goals are and what the things I need to do to get there are. And that's really how you break down everything in your life. The majority of people in the world live their lives believing that outside circumstances are dictating who they are and what they will accomplish. And it's complete horseshit. Anyone can do anything in this country. This is the greatest country, not just that exists now, but that has ever existed in the history of man. And I would say, Al Toulon says you're available. You mean for hiring? Al, what do you do? I'm happy to talk to you. So I am, I speak to people all the time who start telling me sob stories about why, if you kind of work for me and you're going to start telling me how you are some victim, you are probably not going to get a job with me, right? I need people who view their lives as in their control. The way I look at these things is, hey, if I want to reach a certain income level, or I want to get into a certain market, or I want to get a certain amount of deals, I need to reverse engineer it and say, okay, how much is it going to take to get me there? Who is going to help me? Who is going to help me get there? And those are the things that I have to do. And I need to better focus on a lot of the things. I have not been focusing a lot in general recently, and I need to focus. So that's another thing I learned really in Texas, is that I need to get my focus better. I need to be more focused on the things that are really important. And I think I have a few ways to do that. So hopefully I'll be better. I'll start using my time better, and hopefully I will reach these goals, and I will share with you. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com or learntoflipandwholesale.com. If you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any media channel, please click the thumbs up. The likes really help the algorithm. A lot more people have been liking, and therefore the Facebook and YouTube have been showing my video to a lot more people. Another thing I learned was that I really need to put out short form content, which I think I'm going to. Start putting out TikTok, YouTube shorts, and Facebook, Instagram reels. And that's what I really should be doing. So again, keep the comments coming. I post 5 times a week. Very often I don't know what to talk about. Your questions give me food for thought and topics to discuss. And the most important things that they do is they let me answer the questions, which is the entire point of this channel. So you can ask anything. It does not have to be about the video you're watching. And if it's a simple answer, I'll just reply with an answer. If it's something I've covered recently, I'll send you a link to a video on it. But if it's something I haven't covered in a long time, or that I have never covered, I will be happy to do a brand new video on it. So I appreciate everyone who's been liking, everyone who's watching. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.